Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Down the Rabbit Hole with Alice Hatter. Today's episode is titled Banned from Venmo. My name is Alice Hatter, and I was born and raised in New Orleans. I moved to the East Coast after college. I happily lived there for 6 of my life. No family to bother me, no past friends to bug me. I was free, and I had awesome friends. I still have awesome friends there. But after moving back to New Orleans from living on the East Coast, I was on a mission. I needed to figure out who had the dankest scante in town for the best price. It was an incredibly important mission to me. It was going to take some time and investigating. I had a few people on my list. I made some calls, looked around a bit, met with a couple old buddies. I had one more guy on my list, until last on my list. What harm could it do, right? So I give him a call, and he talks for a while. He's like me in that way. I like that. He's a big talker. I'm also a big talker. And we be talking. So eventually, we set up a time and place to meet. He shows up to location with the diggity. But the diggity is in a takeout box with like an actual bag of chips and a drink. At first, I thought this was like so funny. Because he's the type of person that would do that. He'd be like, hey, yo, look, it looks like Uber Eats. Oh, man. And I hadn't seen him over 5 years. I was like, you're goofing. He's just goofy. He's goofy like that, and I like goofy at times. So I was laughing. I was like, okay, how much do I owe you for the burger? He goes, $140. I'm like, cool, I can pay you through Venmo. He's like, yeah, no problem. So we pull up the Venmos. I send it to him. He accepts it. He chose to skip the fee and wait a couple days for the deposit. I do that too. It adds up over time. It's like, hey, Venmo, that's my money. Just give it a couple days. So luckily for me, he didn't do instant deposit. So I paid him, and I opened the takeout box. I open the takeout box and I look in there. Lo and behold, guess what this man brought me? This man brought me some Snickle Fritz. He brought me the snickliest Snickle Fritz I'd ever seen. I was not happy. I was actually a little enraged. I was like, I have to smoke this for 2 weeks, right? And he goes, no, just sell it. I was like, no, go sit on your mom's face. I want my money back. This is garb. And he was like, I can't give you your money back. It's in the Venmo. I was like, well, dang, FML. Again. I was not happy, y'all. I got out the car with my takeout box and my mid-city Snickle, slammed the door. He drove away. We were both pissed. So we went back and forth on the phone. Once I got back up to where I was like, hey, listen, this is not cool. He was like, you're not getting nothing back. And I was like, oh, yes, I want my money back when it clears. He's like, again, you're not getting nothing back. I was like, you are so annoying. And I knew you would do this to me. I blocked him. I blocked this man for an entire year. It took me an entire year to cool off from that. I was so upset, y'all. So don't come at me with Snickle Fritz. I will not be happy. And you won't hear from me for like a year. So y'all know I work too hard. I've been through too much to be curling up at night with some Snickle Fritz. Go sell that to somebody who don't know what Snickle Fritz is. You can Snickle Fritz back to Mid-City with your snickling Fritz. I don't want it. So basically, I ended up calling my bank. I was like, hey, art supplies. I tried to buy art supplies over Venmo, and I never got them, but I paid for them. Never got these art supplies. Can you guys help me? Is there any way we can block this payment? I had a really nice customer service agent. She looked into the situation. She told me to hang tight. And I was waiting. She comes back on the line. She goes, hi, ma'am. I was like, she goes, it looks like we can block the payment for a charge of $30. I was like, Let me think about it, I responded. I was already out 140. If I just pay the 30, I'll have 110 left. Okay, let's do it. It's logical. So I agreed. I was like, yes, I would like to move forward and block the payment. I blocked the payment and I was able to save 110 bucks. But I lost access to my Venmo account. The only way I can have access to my Venmo account is if I pay them 140 bucks. I'm not giving them another dime. Having access to Venmo is not worth $140 to me. I'm a Cash App gal now, But I got to keep most of my money and the snickle. My friend also got paid, and we made up a year later. At the end of the day, everything worked out. But again, I'm a Cash App gal now. I mean, do what you want with this information, you guys. I mean, essentially, you could send a friend the max amount you can send on Venmo, have them accept it, not instant payment. Call your bank, block the transaction for 30 bucks. I mean, spend 30 bucks and you both get paid? I don't know. Cash App me after you try this and it works out. My Cash App is _bankrolling504. I hope y'all have a great evening. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time. Just playing, y'all. Everything I say on this channel is a joke. Don't be scamming nobody. Don't be bringing nobody no snickle frits. And definitely don't do what I just told you to do. Have a great evening.